She's recording now.
Okay, so this is a hung drum. It's made from steel. It is tuned to D. So the note of D will give us scales that will assist us in harmonizing our sacral chakra. So the color orange, which is also the color of vitamin C, it is the color of immunity. So when we listen to the sounds, we can also visualize the color. We can visualize like orange juice, flowing waters, healing waters.
Tiffany, we can hear some of it, or I don't know if it's just me.
Okay.
Are you ladies, are you able to hear it all when she hits?
No.
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 Oh,
No,
okay.
It's a little choppy.
Okay, so it's probably best in person, live and direct. So I like sharing this with you guys in presence. So I go ahead and just share, because everything that everybody has said is right in alignment with this dream that I just had, where I was in a meeting room with a council of all of what I would say our ancestors. And one elder man came up to me and he said, we must stop them from taking our heritage. Mm-hmm. We are creating a petition. Sign your name to say that they must stop taking our heritage. They do not have the right to our heritage. And so I signed my name, but there weren't too many names on the list. I was at the top. And so when I came out of the dream, I said, okay, let me dig into what heritage is. And so I started with, just a definition. And heritage essentially is your property, the property of your culture, the property of your tradition. It is an inheritance. And I said, what does that mean for Black folks, specifically Black folks in America, who really don't acknowledge our heritage, because we allow it to change with whatever they put through the television, whatever they lie to our vision about and tell us all. They always have a new script, a new pandemic, a new sound, a new so-called culture.
Yes.
And so when we look to our heritage, we say, okay, well, for Black folks, at one point in time, it was the Black church. That's what we built. That's where we could go to exchange information beyond religion. That's where we were politically fed. We were spiritually fed. That's where we were fed as a community. And then we began to create organizations because we started to understand that the church had been infiltrated because it got too political. And it was being bought. And so Sankofa says, we'll go back further. And so we go back further and we go back to the land. And this is just where my person is being told to sit in that, to be still in that, and to steal away to that, because it has been stolen. So when we go back to the land, the power is in sitting upon the land and understanding that with our mind, we have the power to get out of the loop of somebody else's story and script. I don't like to really look at statistics because I believe statistics is a tool used to cast spells, especially upon the Black community, spells that do not uplift us.
Mhm.
I had a friend one time send me this text message of statistics of saying how far Black boys and Black girls would be behind in the educational system, how poor we would be by 20 something. And I said, sis, don't send me nothing like that no more, because who is creating this statistic? Who did the research? Who analyzed and put all of this together? And we have to start to understand how they do the do that they do. And we can create our own. What are our statistics? Because I see us returning to pure sovereignty. I see my children being sovereign in every way and doing well in that. I see them controlling their own food source. I see them controlling their own water source. I see them planting trees, fruit trees, all kinds of trees, all fruits and vegetables, beans, legumes. I see them self-sufficient. I see them growing teff. I see them returning to Afroculture. I see them eating their ethnic foods and now balancing and purifying and nourishing their pineal gland, which is the master gland to all the glandular system. I see them elevating and healing beyond the trauma of the endocrine system. From if you're getting your children, if they got cavities and they're going to the dentist, they're getting a composite. That composite has BPA, which is a known endocrine disruptor. So when we start to look at the children, we already know the hormones are in the milk. So we know we're not even created to digest cow's milk, but it's so many things that has the hormonal disruptors in it. And we're asking what's going on. Why don't children, and I'm seeing some adults, they calling me Mr. I don't look like a Mr. There's something happening in the brain where the ability to differentiate from what is standing right in front of you is going on. So the heritage ultimately, and the strongest and greatest property that we have is this temple that we're in. That's property, that we are the heritage. And so the dream left me with recognizing that it is up to us to go into all of the planes that we can access and to state very clearly our heritage is our own. We own all rights, intellectual property, physical property, spiritual property, all of our so-called artifacts that have been taken away from us and essentially taken by another to say that I guess it's their culture and their heritage because they stole it. We have access to all the inner planes. That's where we're going. That's where we are. That's where the real deal is. So all of this stuff that we can see with our outer eyes is the illusion. And the more we pay attention to it, that's where it gets its hold. So this altar I have on my head, this mantle that I carry, I came down and said, my daddy said, you think you got enough on your head? Oh, look mighty heavy.
Ashe.
I said, well, it's leather, but it's, yes, as you see, it's very rich. It's very wealthy and endowed with great wisdom. It is a tapestry of wisdom. And I thank Mama Ayaba and Everette-Hale because she gifted this to me. And I remember the day she gave it to me. It was after one of them beautiful dances that we go to. And the move, she saw me and I held, she said, let me take a picture. And I held it up and she said, are you expecting? And I said, I'm expecting a lot. It won't be coming, through my womb in the form of a addition to my heirs, because I have 4 boys, but I am expecting a lot. And this is proof. And this has been on my bed. It has traveled with me. It has comforted me, through many of this life's journey. And I thank you, but I would take it off So next time I'll show the entire tapestry because it tells a beautiful story. And that's part of my heritage.
That's right.
So
Yes, sir.
yes. So that's what I want to share. And just returning to the land, our power is when we sit down and meditate the earth and visualize all the hours returning to us and understanding that it's already in us and projecting that onto our children to just, because it's in them too. So to just shake it up. I'm excited. My oldest two are returning to me as I'm calling, returning to me. So I have all of my sons gathered with me because they had to go out into the world. When they get a certain age and their testosterone start popping up and they're looking for something to resonate with, I had to get out of my feelings and out of my ego and out of these are my sons. They wanted to return to the masculine part of them that I could not manifest that for them. It threw me out of my hormonal center, out of my family. I had to go through a whole bioresonance to reestablish, my hormones to work in a balanced way. So I learned, nature was teaching me that there is a time in motherhood where we have to allow our sons to return and go out into the world with their fathers. And they're learning about their fathers. They're learning about themselves. They have to have that experience if you are gifted and blessed enough for them to have that. So I don't say for better or worse. I just say for better or for good, best, or for getting better. Either, it's like we all chose this ride. And so we're riding, and I've learned just so much more how powerful my mothership is as I can fly and travel and be with them and see them and cover them. And, so learning that aspect of motherhood where we can let them go physically. Okay, you have to go into the world, but I'm right there with you.
There you go.
I'm covering you in that golden light. My wings are flapping upon you.
Yes.
And then they call me, they always, I say, okay, thank you. They bring confirmation and they don't understand it. And then even my oldest, he calls and he tells me his dreams, and I say, okay, it's time. And I tell him mine because we're very active in the dream realm. And we've always been, because when they were young, that's how I would sing them to sleep. I said, okay, we're going into the dream realm. What are you bringing? I'm bringing watermelon. We're at the beach. We always go to the beach to go dreamland. And I said, what are you bringing? And so each one of them tell me what they want to bring. And it's usually what they want for breakfast the next day. Some waffles with the blueberries and the strawberries on. So I'm learning that was preparation for now, for when they wouldn't be with me physically, but in the spirit realm, in the dream realm, we were still doing our work. We were still doing what we needed to do. And I'm just excited for what's to come.
Tell me about your work with the agriculture.
So right now I'm just getting my hands and my feet and being gifted with opportunities to go to these farms and meet women and men who are doing the thing. So this weekend I had the opportunity to attend a Zoom workshop to learn about agroforestry. So how to turn your wooded lot into a natural place where you can grow. They focus on medicinal herbs. So they said ginseng in America is actually taking off. It didn't originate here, but it's taking off. And it's also been put on the list as one of kind of an endangered species because it's been so heavily harvested. So that was like music to my ears because I have been taught how important ginseng is, and I've practiced and tried it and consumed it and known how powerful it is from using it. Black cohosh was another one.
Yes.
So if you have any dirt, even if you just have a pot, plant you some ginseng, plant you some cohosh, some motherwort. These are the things that, some rosemary. These are, listen, I come from a family of drinkers. They love the spirit. And what I was taught this weekend on Mother's Day was that they love the spirit because it is essentially ours. But what they forgot here was the herbs to add to the drink. They forgot that we didn't just drink the liquor, we used the liquor because it opened up to be able to allow the medicinal aspects of the herbs that we added into that liquor to enter directly into the bloodstream and therefore be healing, purifying, and nourishing. I made some rosemary tincture, and I used alcohol because the alcohol will pull out everything in the herb. If you do it in glycerin, the glycerin will pull out certain parts of the medicine from the herb. But in the alcohol, it pulls out everything. So I made a rosemary. My family, the women on my mother's side, it's always been about hair. My great grandmother, she dyed her hair so much she wound up losing it. She wore a lot of wigs. Her daughter, which is my grandmother, her hair never grew really long, but they always were, they went from the glue sew-in, the glue weaves, and all of that. So part of embracing our natural coily hair that is designed to rise up to the heavens, I'm in the process of allowing them to see that through me, because my mother, she still relaxes her hair. So hair has been a big thing. So when I brought the rosemary, I said, oh, rosemary makes your hair grow. But rosemary also opens up and decalcifies that pineal gland. Yep. Rosemary also assists in the nervous system, in the circulatory system. And then I said, and it's also the grandmother of the house. So it's the woman, it's the queen mother of the house. So if you plant your rosemary and have it in your home or right outside your door, you are ruling things. My grandma said, can you bring me some of that and come over to the house and bring me some. So, we dancing all around the bottle and we singing and we, because we're preparing it, because I say, I give thanks because this is a way. Basically, I've just given you a tincture, right? But they're still saying, oh, that's rosemary gin. I said, yeah. It's a medicinal. And I said, you only 5 milliliters and it'll help you sleep. Okay, bring me some. So I said, Ashe, and I was just listening to, because I harvested some rosemary out of the garden. That was one thing I had left. And so Spirit said, put it in there, make it, shake it, let it sit. And then I'll tell you what to do next. So then Mother's Day came and Spirit said, now you take it and you expose it to them, share it with them, educate them on this, You can even tell them it's healing them, but they're going to resonate initially. Even my uncle, who he loves to drink, I said, Uncle, you got to let me strain it. I ain't worried about them bits. I ain't worried about that. Okay. Get your healing. So instead of being ashamed from where I come from and a part of the story of my heritage, because the illing at this point is not to be ashamed of. The illing is what we give thanks for because it brings us to our healing. And it has brought me to the place of understanding my purpose in my heritage in accordance to my physical family. So I give thanks for that. And that's all I have. That's what I want to share. I thank y'all.
I thank you for coming and your presence and your information. And we hope you will, as time goes on, will return and come back and give us some more of what you have to offer. Because once I get back down there, and hopefully we get this land tilled and plant some more food, we can also share with our sisters these herbs and the plants that will be coming out of the ground that we're going to be jointly doing.
Yes.
That was phenomenal. Thank you so much. And how
Where,
in the
where are
world
you from?
how in the world you got that on your head blows my mind. Anyway, go ahead. She wants to know where you're from.
My family is from Richmond, Virginia. I currently live out south of Richmond in Chesterfield, Virginia.
Okay.
Uh,
Mhm. You know what I'd like to see, Mama Ayaba, is and my queen, I'd like y'all to take the camera out on the grounds and you know, and share from looking at and pulling up the grounds, and we're just walking us around and see what different herbs look like and stuff like that. That was wonderful. Take us outdoors.
yes,
Great.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we have Empress Kamaria Ku Antasa Bay-El, and I have been wanting her. The ancestors told me to reach out to her a while ago because she is the one that come out here and walk these lands, really explore and teach me what is growing naturally. I found like turkey tail grows out here. It's so many wild things, but she is the wisdom and medicine woman who is holding that. And when she gets here, we can definitely do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay, that brings us back to where we are. Sister Hawa.
Come on.
Yeah, I would like for you to share with us some of your knowledge because you also plant things out in your yard. Maybe you can walk your yard one day. And
That'll be a
also,
pleasure.
what you do in your laboratory back there. Have you made anything recently?
Well, far as my garden, connecting with Sister Tiffany about the rosemary, it really just, it did something to me, sister.
yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't pick herbs to grow, they pick me. I call myself putting some, you know, planting some rosemary and then planting what complements the rosemary so they can get along in the garden. Sage, thyme, basil, oregano, I do all that. And it's like a little love garden right there because they all thrive on each other and they all get along. But the rosemary, when you take that and I add it with my sage and making bundles, it's almost like a powerful force. And like you said, the elixir, ooh, gotta try it. Yeah, but blood pressure. I was led to plant things to help blood pressure. And so rosemary is one of them. Basil is another one. Sage, all of them, thyme, oregano. I got them all in my garden. But I'm part of we call it a campus. And it's Her Living Campus here in Indianapolis. And Her, it's basically H for history, E for education, re-educating us. And the R is for restoration, restoring us back to our original greatness. So it's a sister, Chief Lateba. She has 8 acres of so much land. And like I said, we go through and we have different and many classes and we learn about the land far as foraging. A weed ain't just a weed, you know. And like I said, the earth is ours. The earth it's our medicine box. It's our medicine case, our medicine bag. And if we dip into that peel, then we can leave all them other eels alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I
like that.
Black cohosh. You mentioned black cohosh. When I had endometriosis, I was down in North Carolina, and we went to visit this elder sister, and she looked at me and she said, "You'll never have to carry no baby in that tissue paper womb you got." I said, "Well, what?" She said, "You need to get Conjugal if you ever want to have a baby, or he gonna just drop right out." So I went and got Conjugal. Back in those days, you could go to one of those leftover old school drugstores, and Conjugal was made from brandy, black cohosh, and English thistle.
Ah,
And whatever was going on inside of my womb, inside of my body, that it healed it. It was over. And I was, oh, y'all know I had austere at 37. So black cohosh is the magic formula.
Shay. Okay.
Ashe.
Okay, I have another book that I wrote, which I showed last week here. It's called Wine for the Mind. And this one is called A Season for All Things. And since we're talking about planting, and we're also talking about the season for our elevation of our consciousness and unification of our people, I don't know how to make my picture bigger on this screen. So I'm not seeing everybody. I don't know where all y'all went. Okay, the tides rise and flow as we come and as we go. We will remember their touch. Somebody has need to put on their mute button. Hello? A season for all things. The tides rise and flow as we come and as we go. We will remember their touch and smile and giving as we remain among the living. But our joy is in the memories they gave that live with us beyond the grave. They come with us in time to save us from the sadness, anger, and illusion, to comfort and amuse us in the confusion of knowing that no one wins love nor hate, not even the ones who pulled the strings to perpetrate this hand of fate. This time will heal, and the numbness will fade. And soon, once again, you will be comforted in the shade, and the cool winds will blow again across the pages of your mind, and the voice will quietly whisper, "I love you," through the pines. Your knowledge and teachings from the ancient Yoruba will bring you even closer to his star, to know that an ancestor, he is near, not far, may be strengthened in these times, and soon travel home to Africa. A poem of condolences that I wrote years ago. But we are here as representative of our Egbe, as representative of our spiritual ancestors. I always give people the example of water. Water is in the womb to care for the baby. Water is what we drink to care for us and cleanse our bodies and our blood system and our tissue system and our cellular system. Water is magical. Water is the ocean and the sea and the rivers and the lakes and the streams. What's interesting about water, they say water seeks its own level. We use that a lot of times as an example when we're talking to people about where they are and what other people may do. And we'll say, well, water seeks its own level. Some people, you just have to wait until the water rises or the water falls. Mm-hmm. However, the energy that comes from stepping in the ocean, I know everybody in here has either stepped in the ocean one time in their life, and if not, then a swimming pool. But the ocean, when you step in the ocean, there may be 200-300 people in the ocean with you. At that moment, everybody is absorbing that water through your pores, through your skin, through whatever. And at that moment, you're all experiencing the water, the waves, the flow of the water, etc. So what I'm use that example for is to show how we move through God and how God moves through us. We move through God or through that universal source that created all that there is. And it moves through us. And one of my hopes and visions is that we will really become aware of it and smile inside every time a challenge hits your life, instead of crying or moaning or being argumentative or feeling sorry for yourself or hating that you having this experience or that experience. These are all the challenges that the neter, that the universe, that the source brings into its own life, because we are the life of the source. And it is said in the Kemetic studies that the creator created all these life forces so it could experience what it had created. So enjoy your life experience, the good times, the not what seems not to be good times, because afterwards, then you go through it and you say, I learned that lesson. I wouldn't even ask how many of y'all ever said, I learned that lesson. I got this from that. Now I understand this, that, and the third. So I'm hoping that this is going to continue. We're going to continue to bring you so many things. Look, I got a notebook here so thick.
Okay.
I ain't gonna never run out of information.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. So some of you who are not here this morning, you missed the music that Sister was playing, Sister Aduni was playing. We got up and danced and everything. So I think that's what she's gonna do every time. So don't miss it. Try to get here on time so you can dance to the music.
Yeah.
And I have some music I want to share too. Go ahead.
Did y'all do the tea? Because I missed that part.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah,
Well, I can tell you,
I'm missing it. I'm missing the part about the tea.
Yeah, I had green tea.
Green tea?
Yeah, green tea. What you got?
I got Ethiopian black tea.
Wow.
It's a blend though. And the blend has that cardamom, it has cinnamon, orange peel, and clove in it.
You know what?
I have Chinese herbal tea with some beet powder in it.
Yeah.
With what in it?
Beet powder. You know, beet is a sweetener.
I have glazed lemon loaf tea.
All right, that
All
lemon
right.
in there. Anybody else got your cups? Raise your cups. What you got? What you drinking? Ma, before we end, you want me to, excuse me, I call her Ma just because we are our mothers, but in African, some cultures, there are babas and the mamas. And those like the head or the women of the village. So when I say Ma, you know, yes, it's my mom from another, but she's our mother of this village. So
all right now.
Anyway, grounding, you want me to go there with it?
Sure.
All right. First, I want to just give thanks to the earth. From the center, the core on which we stand, we welcome you, earth. Earth, the mother's lap that we call home, the nurturer, the supporter, the protector. Earth gives us the sense of belonging. She grants us comfort and stability. She presents love unconditional in her healing. Earth, the container of our ancestors' bones and the treasures they hold. Earth is our anchor, our grounding, our centering, our affixing, our stability and holding. Earth, she shines. She has that shrine and that altar. She sips and she regurgitates to get us to listen, to forgive. But the art of grounding, this is what I'm just gonna tap in on just for a little bit. Do you ground? Do you earth? Do you know what it means? I'm just throwing that question out there. Who grounds? You know what it means?
I ground.
You ground? Very good, very good.
Same, me too.
There you go. There you go.
Could you explain it to me?
I
I sure-
ground.
All right. I'm just hitting those people that know. Okay. So you can chime in and kind of help me out. Grounding, we all need grounding and centering because we have this electric charge in us. And Earth has electrons. And it's a practice to reconnect to the Earth, which we don't do anymore. And what I say, we used to crawl on our hands and knees in the garden. We used to be out in the sun. That is a connection that grounds it's like grounding and centering the body.
Walking barefoot in the grass.
Walking barefoot. We don't do that anymore because we have what? Rubber that's that blocks that magnetic pull. Because shoes are made with rubber. At one time they were made with cowhide, leather, wood, but now it's rubber, and rubber blocks. Rubber is a insulator, almost like going into a building and staying in this building, or like those in prison that don't get sunlight. Those are all blockers. And how you know you need grounding? I got some signs here. It says like the feeling of uneasiness, nervousness, jumpy, jittery, and you don't know why. Sometimes when you haven't ate, and hours pass and you start to get a little jittery, it's on that line. It's like your mind is racing and it's busy all the time. You become too over chatty. I know I am earth and I am water. And I know when water get low and earth is not acting right, I have to ground. Because you can have that feeling of spiraling and spinning, and you just need something to anchor you and pull you and bring you back down. Overexcited, being too hyped. In that case, I think I have to continuously to walk barefoot. But really, I know me. Once you know the body, then you know. Besides reaching for, I go to nature. I always go to nature. When I feel awkward, feel ill, I put my hands in the dirt. And I'm gonna give you ways to ground yourself. And it's like sitting on the earth. When you lie flat, it's a whole nother subject with what gravity does. And sometimes we have to align ourselves with earth because gravity, it pulls our organs and they no longer sit in the same place. It pulls things like the uterus on the bladder, on the colon, and it's like when you reverse yourself, it kind of fall back the other way, but that's another story too. But grounding, it helps us realign ourselves. I guess what I want to say is like you're laying flat, that spine from standing up like this and it becomes Jenga. By laying flat, you're allowing gravity and the earth to pull, and it pulls yourself back into alignment. As we gracefully age, we start to round, our hips start to round. So by grounding yourself and centering yourself and allowing good old Mother Earth to realign us, we practice going this way, or another way. You lay down in the earth, you lay down in the grass or on the beach, and you just lay there for like 20 something minutes, and the body is amazing. It start pulling and aligning you back. They have artificial apparatus now that help you ground yourself. They have like grounding pads and yoga mats that you plug into the wall, but the best alternative is to just go outside, take your shoes off, put your feet in the dirt. Yeah, sometimes when I teach or I do workshops and I have everybody to go outside, it's because that's where we belong, really. So we go outside and I say, I want you to take your shoes off. Take my shoes off. I said, I don't like the bugs. Ooh, it's too cold. So it's like, take your shoes off, walk. And I made everybody spread out, take that walk, so you won't take on the other people. You're taking on, you're releasing and you're taking on what you need from the ground, but you take a walk, you sit in it, and you lay flat in it. You put your hands in it, your feet in it. You can't go to the beach, you got your backyard. Plant something. That's a
Yeah.
marvelous way to reconnect with the earth. You don't know that you're grounding yourself. You know, all this is therapy, and all this is healing, and all this is our tools to use. Jump in anytime if you have any questions.
Did you give an assignment last week?
Oh, that was mirror, mirror. You want me to do mirror, mirror?
Did you do it? I mean, it's almost
Well,
time to
Yeah,
go.
we have Ed
Okay.
Peace's hand has been up for a
Oh,
minute.
peace. Yes, best baby love. Join.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in about the grounding pads. I actually made one. You can make one with construction tape, the wire from screens that you make up for your screen door or your window. And you can buy the cord from Home Depot, and you can make your own grounding pad. Like in the winter when you can't lie in the grass,
Yeah.
you can, plug it in. Of course, like you said, it's not the same, but it's better than nothing.
But it's better than
You know.
nothing.
Yeah,
It's better
and
than
lying
nothing.
in the grass, lying flat in the grass is, you can heal your body. If you can do that, like even with terminal illness, if you can lay in the grass for 20 minutes every day, you won't need
Yes.
chemotherapy. I know it sounds crazy, but you really wouldn't. You can heal your body, and the earth will heal each other. But
That's
hugging
right.
a tree is the other thing I wanted to
Hugging
add.
a tree.
Hugging
Find
that
my
tree.
favorite.
Hugging that
Yes.
If
tree.
you're going a little crazy, then find you a tree off in your backyard or somewhere where nobody will
Yes.
see you,
Yes.
and hug that thing. It will
Yeah,
change your
yeah.
life.
They say in certain part of Africa, they say the trees house our ancestors. It housed the energy of our DNA. So yeah, hug a tree, you know, sit by a tree, claim a tree in your house, in your yard or around your yard, you know, that grandfather tree or that ancestral tree. Put some beads around it. Put your food from the altar, just to decorate it. And it's amazing how when we go to the earth holds everything we need. It is the medicine bag that has our food, our medicine. The earth has our shelter. It has our weapons and our tools to carry along our journey.
I want to give an assignment for next week.
Oh, the assignment was basically still off a mirror, mirror. Last week, I said to get a handheld mirror and look into your eyes and talk with yourself. What the eyes don't lie. The eyes are the window to the soul. That's why they say keep your liver together, keep your liver
I'm gonna
clean.
say into your liver.
Into your liver. Yeah, keep your liver together. Because also, you can look into your eyes, and when you see certain colors, the brown and whatever, it's telling you, oh, it's time to clean that liver. But anyway, the assignment is this time, use the full mirror. Look into the mirror. Look into your eyes. Listen. What do you got to say? What do you got to say? Look at your whole face this time, not just your eyes. What's the face saying? I want you to list everything that you don't like what you see. Then I want you to list, when you look in that mirror, things that you see, that you like. You can even have a potential, maybe I'll like you later on list. But, and you do this every day, and you look in the mirror and you say, I love you, I accept you. By creating your own little mantra or your own little affirmation, they say after 21 days it fixes anything. Okay. But I'm just saying, you start to look in the mirror, and if that I don't like list is getting shorter to the I like list, you know, then you're coming into your full. When you go back to that mirror and you look at it again and you say, damn, I like this. This is what I got to work with. This is all I got. I better make it work.
Our sister just posted, stand in front of the mirror full naked.
Oh, that was coming to that. We're not getting to that. We're growing.
Okay, well, we got 10 o'clock now. And I want to just suggest, and to everybody along with the mirror assignment, you have another assignment that's for this day. And today's assignment is to write down the word earth, look up the numerical value of each letter, come to the, add it all up so you can come back next week with what that number means.
Yes.
And also write down every word that you see in the word.
In the word earth.
Earth.
Yes.
So that's your assignment next week. We love you all. Thank you all for coming and sharing with us. And thank you, Tiffany, for bringing this wisdom and the beauty for us to enjoy. And one day I'm going to have you back singing so they can hear your beautiful voice.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you so much. God
Some
bless you.
foods.
Pastor's really strong today. Love y'all.
Ashe, namaste.
Thank you all. Blessings to you this day. Love you all.
I'm Dawn, and I'm
Love
running
you all.
Jotful. We make one of a kind.
What?
Sorry about that.
Happy Wednesday.
Do you make those waist beads?
Right.
Some of them, yes, ma'am.
You do? Okay, well, let everybody know.
But for you.
Yes. Hi. Hey, ladies. I have waist beads. The name of my business is Goddess DNA Essentials. The number you can reach me at is 248-600-5913.
Yeah, put it in the
Also
chat.
on Instagram.
Put it in the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna play I Am Light for you as we go on to our day by India Irie. You can
Ashe.
still talk, but I just want to let you know what's going on here.
Thank you, Queen Aduni, for the opportunity that you've given us to serve others. Thank you.
Ashe. Tomorrow we'll have Nawili and her team. Looking forward to it. Nawili, I did do my yoga today.
Take these words in.
A little bit of.
I am light. I am light.
Mm.
And 9 people on here are set.
I am light. I am
Mm.
light. I am 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 not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light.
I am light.
I am light. Ashe.
I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My
Yes.
soul inside.
Yes.
All
Woo! Mm. What a beautiful way to start the day.
I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. Hi,
Peace.
YouTubers. I'm excited to give you an update about our own YouTube